Madam Chairman, I think someone who sells real estate or teaches school for a living must listen to this budget debate and be befuddled by what he or she is hearing. Thankfully today there will be a chance for that citizen to hear a wide range of alternatives, a wide range of views as to how we should fix the country's economic problems. For that, I commend the Rules Committee under Ms. Slaughter and Ms. McGovern's leadership, and I hope the minority will vote for the procedure that lets that wide range of views be heard. But that person who teaches school or sells real estate has heard consistently from the minority that their household will get a $3,000 a year tax increase. That isn't so. The fact of the matter is the hypothetical, mythical energy tax that the minority continuously refers to is not in the budget. If there ever were to be such a tax, it would have to come to this floor for a separate vote, a separate debate, and separate consideration. The minority habitually says that small businesses and families will have their tax increased. The fact of the matter is there are instructions to pay for health care that would probably look to repeal the Bush tax cut for the wealthiest 5% of people in this country, a platform the President ran on and was elected on. It is absolutely untrue that the 95% below that figure have any sort of tax increase. They don't. In fact, there is a $1.7 trillion tax reduction for the bottom 95% of people in this country for middle-class people. We hear that small businesses are going to have their taxes increased. That is not true. 98% of the small businesses in this country file tax returns lower than the adjusted gross income that would be affected by the provisions that would help pay for the health care bill. We hear habitually about deficit and debt, and those on the minority side gnash their teeth and weep that the debt, according to them, will be doubled in 5 years. They know all about that because that's exactly what they just did. They just doubled the national debt in the last 5 years under their watch. I would thank the gentleman for yielding. The fact of the matter is that this plan reduces the deficit by 2/3 over the next 5 years. Now, I do agree with my friend from California that this is about choices about how to handle our economic distress. President Obama came to office and said he would do 3 things. He said he'd pass a bill to stimulate the economy by helping people buy houses, buy cars, get construction workers back to work, keep people working and teaching in our schools. He did it. He then said his administration would lay out a plan to stabilize the collapsing banking system. Such a plan was laid out at the beginning of last week, and although it is far too early to measure its results, early signs are good. And then he said he would lay out a long-term plan for economic development, jobs and growth that would address the fundamental underlying problems of this country, and that's what we're doing today. Stop living on borrowed money. He's cutting the deficit by 2/3. Make us free from imported energy. He sets out a path to do so. The Congress will either follow or not. Deal with health care reform. He sets out a path to do so that we will deal with through reconciliation instructions, whether you vote for it or not. And finally, he sets forth a path to broaden access to education and improve its quality.
Madam Speaker, the gentleman yield, and I'd be happy to yield my friend additional time if he...
I will in just one moment. I just want to finish this point. I'd love to hear from you. The other side wants nostalgia. If we were to have a third George Bush term, their alternative is what it would look like. Make permanent the tax breaks for the wealthiest, reduce what we spend on education, nutrition, environment, energy, and health care, and hope for the best. This is a choice between the future of promise and the failure of the past. And if my friend would like to ask me about the failure of the past, he can certainly do that.